Welcome to this episode of Encounters with the Darkness on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. Yay! So I hope everyone is having an awesome new year, new decade. How many of you are doing the new year, new me? I do it every year. I know, I'm one of those people. But I just start with something super easy, like don't litter, and then I just go with that. So I'm just throwing that out there, just being a little bit just helpful, I guess. So I don't have a special guest this episode. I mean, unless you can count Bone Daddy over here and then Kiva over there doing like whatever it is that a Kiva dog does. Yeah, so they're just both gonna do their own thing. Now, back to Bone Daddy. So, that's his name now. His name is Bone Daddy. If you guys don't remember who that is, then he's from Vlogging with the Dead. And he's kind of mean to me, I suppose. Oh well. But if anyone can think of a better name for him, just let me know. I got Bone Daddy from a Facebook meme that I shared. So, yeah, go. That's in the description below. Go check out my page. Find that meme, like it, follow my page. You know, the usual. So back to this episode. Now, I'm not going to talk about something supernatural based on this one. So please don't run away just yet. Don't be like, psh, no ghosts, I'm out. Because there is a little bit of scariness that's going to be splattered around on this episode. And I'm going to talk about something that's way more terrifying than a supernatural encounter. I'm going to talk about an encounter with death. And that's so terrifying, right? Like, dying is on probably, hopefully, nobody's list of things that they want to do right now. I just got things real awkward real quick. Well, all right. So here's the story. When I was about 13, I think. Okay, so 13-year-old Ashley. Just ignore my hair, okay? It's doing whatever it wants to do today. I don't really know what's going on with it. My straightener broke. All right. I sucked you guys in. That's the real encounter. My straightener died. All right, that's not the real encounter. Back to 13-year-old Ashley. All right. When I was 13, I went on my very first vacation with not my family. I was kind of nervous. See, I've always been extremely awkward, and I've had a lot of, I don't know, just issues being comfortable in like my own skin, who I am as a person. And whenever I don't have those security blankets, if you will, like personal family who knows you and can care for you, then I got a little awkward. I was never the kid that loved going to sleepovers. I was the kid who had the sleepovers at my place because I didn't want to be in a weird, unknown environment. That was just me. But I went ahead and I agreed to this because my friend, we're just going to call her friend, her and her family, they went to Del Hollow Lake in Tennessee every summer, and they'd stay on a houseboat. So they invited me along, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. Like, who doesn't want to go stay on a houseboat? I don't know, maybe someone who has like a fear of water or a fear of boats, or both. Maybe them. And even though I don't like swimming in something that I can't see the bottom of. And I shared another post, about, it was like this person swimming in a giant pool, and it was like my first irrational fear I had, and then there's like a giant shark next to them in the pool. That was kind of always me. It wasn't exactly And it still is, okay? It still is. It's not that I have a fear of water or that I really think, all of a sudden a shark's gonna show up in my bathtub with me. But it's, or in a pool. But it's always just been like this weird feeling. I don't know how, I know other people have felt it as well, but I don't really know how to put it into words. Like, what exactly I'm afraid of. Is it the fact that I'm afraid of possibly drowning? Is that my fear? Or is it more of like, is there like a spider or some type of insect that's going to come crawling up out of the drain, of the bathtub? Or, what if I get stuck on the drain on the pool? I have no idea. I don't know where this fear comes from. But I can rationalize my fear when it comes to an ocean or a lake. I can't see the bottom of it, right? Like, I don't know what's in there. Probably not going to be a shark in a lake, but still, I don't know what's in there, and it just scares me. Well, I kind of conquered my fear of that when I was with my friend at Del Hollow, and I swam. Like, I swam so much. I was like a fish. I don't know, it just happened. See, my hair, it's just doing whatever it wants to do. So I swam everywhere. I went, like, I did so many cool things. I did the whole tubing thing where, like, the boat pulled me behind it. Like, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I'm glad that I did it. But things did kind of get a little creepy. So after the first night, we pulled the houseboat up and we just kind of like docked for the night. It's just some random place. I don't really remember exactly where we were, but I do remember that there was like this old trestle that went kind of over the lake a little bit. And I thought I've always been drawn to older objects, like history, things like that. So I know I had to have made some type of comment about it because my friend's family, who I believed what they were telling me because they went there every single summer. So if anyone knew, it was them. And they were definitely telling me the truth. Definitely. But they told me a ghost story about a woman, and I don't really remember exactly what happened. what exactly the ghost story was really about. Ignore my dog. Told ya, Kiba doing Kiba things. Kiba dog. He's getting me so off my thought process here. I don't really remember what is he doing? Kiba! Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody. Just, like, he's a dog, I swear. He's not a pig or something, I think. He's very furry, so I'm just assuming that he's a dog. Anyway, that's me trying to be funny. Yeah, it doesn't really work out all the time. But I don't remember exactly what happened in the whole ghost story thing. But I know it was like your typical overplayed out scenario where like it was a heartbroken woman and she jumped to her death. Like off the whole trestle thing. Just, alright. And now she haunts it. So, like, that had me really freaked out. This was my first night actually staying on a houseboat ever. This was my first time being away from my family in a completely different state. And just now they're telling me this ghost story and I am spooked. Like, my anxiety was on high. For sure. So that just kind of led up to what the rest of the 2 days there was going to be. It was just crazy. But it got a little bit better. It did. So every night we like docked somewhere different. So I remember the second day that we were there, we docked at this like little island type thing. And I was going to try and find like an exact image of a lot of these things, but it turns out like all the images that I found were copyrighted images. So I don't want to get into that whole ordeal of sharing those. And for my friends that are listening on the podcast, you can't see them anyway. You'd have to jump over to YouTube, and then that would just kind of defeat the purpose of you listening to the podcast, right? So I'll describe everything the best that I can. So it was just this little tiny island, like in the middle of the lake, and that's where we docked. And it was so cool. So just to tell you like how small this island was, me and my friend, we like swam around the entire island. That was like our goal for the day. We wanted to do that. We also wanted to explore the island, which we also did. We built like this little tiny campfire, and it was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. Like, there wasn't any animals on the island. We looked, trust me, we looked everywhere. We were going to try to like rescue it because it was just stuck there. There wasn't anything like that. So no, we didn't see any snakes, nothing. Now, not to say that, there's not like something there and it was just like, wow, people, no, see you later. But we didn't find anything. And it was just us on this island, and it was just really cool. It was like our own little private place. So, of course, come morning of the last day on the lake, we went somewhere else. We went exploring. I don't remember exactly. Okay, that's 13 years old. All right, come on. But none of this is really important to what was so scary. How was this an encounter with death? All right, so this is where the story gets real sad real quick, and where I classify this as an encounter. Finally, we're on our way back home. And we live in Indiana. It didn't take us long to get to Indiana from Tennessee. So we're on our way home. We get home, and I have like a million messages from my mom. My dad's like, my mom and my dad are divorced, but anyway. My mom's freaking out. My dad's like, we had no idea if you were okay. I'm so glad that you are okay. I kind of assumed that you were fine because no one contacted me. But still, I wish someone would have contacted me regardless. And I'm so confused. I have no idea what anybody's talking about. Turns out there was a news article that got released in Indiana about a teenage kid. Did not release at that time if it was male or female, just teenage kid vacationing with friends' family drowned. But the crazy part about it, aside from a kid like losing his life and never returning home to his family, like that is super heartbreaking. The crazy part about it is that this happened at the exact same location that we were docked at. That little tiny island I was talking about, that's the same exact spot that they were at. And from pictures of where their boat was, it was almost in the exact spot that our boat was at, which blew my mind. We swam all around the island. So even if they were docked at like a different part, we literally swam the entire island. At any point, me or friend could have been pulled under just like that kid was. But we weren't. And this happened the day after we left. Like, we left that dock, port, whatever. We left the island and we went to a different location. Then this family shows up. They pull their houseboat up. And then they have a tragedy. Like, how nuts is that? And I'm sure my mom and my dad both knew. Like, my dad had said, no one contacted me, so I was pretty sure that it wasn't you. Still scared them. So that had to be terrifying for them. Like, me as a parent now, as you just heard, like, my son walked by, I would be livid that I did not get a phone call, letting me know, hey, just in case you guys hear, there was a death. Your daughter was not involved in this, did not know about it, something. I would be extremely mad that no one got a hold of me to let me know what was going on. So I understand At the time, I really didn't get it. I was like, I'm fine. Like, what are you talking about? And I have to find out that someone died while I was there, once I get back home. That's crazy. Like, we didn't hear nothing. Like, no one said anything about it. But it was so wild that it was someone around my exact same age vacationing with their friend's family, and they didn't make it home. And that's traumatizing. Like, I cannot even imagine. Like, my heart goes out to that guy's family, like the friend and their family. And I may have the story just a little bit twisted. It may have been the actual friend, whose family went on vacation. It may have actually been that kid that didn't make it, but regardless, I could not find any articles on this. It was so hard to come up with anything. But as I was trying to do a little bit of research on that whole scenario, I found out something else. And when we first arrived at the lake, I was just overwhelmed with like this sadness. And I chalked it up as anxiety. Like I said, first time vacationing without my family. I'm in a different state. I don't really know these people, and I'm trusting my life to them. So, yeah. I didn't know. They could have been murderers. They could have been kidnappers. I don't know. They weren't, though. Everything was fine. So I chalked everything up as that. But, like I said, as I'm doing my research on, just trying to, like, remember everything about Del Hollow Lake, I found out there is a town on the bottom of Del Hollow Lake. Like, that's crazy. There was a town. Now, I don't think that anyone got hurt during the whole, like, flooding of the town. I hope not. I skimmed through a lot of the articles that I found, because my mind was just blown. I wasn't really planning on having that be part of this episode, if you will. So I'm on like a time crunch, okay? But I will post a link as well. So if you want to learn more about that whole side of like the history and what happened, and if there really was people that actually got killed, could that be why there's a ghost story of the woman on the trestle? And I couldn't even find anything about the trestle either. Like, what is going on with Google and not giving me all the information? I'm supposed to be able to find anything, right? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But I'll post that, link to the article down below so you can check it out for yourself. And thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Wednesday. And again, if you can think of a better name than Bone Daddy, just let me know. But I really like that one. I like that one a lot, Bone Daddy. That'll make, episode 2 of Vlogging with the Dead a lot more fun. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. And you guys are awesome. I enjoy all of your support. You don't know what it means to me. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye. All right. And don't forget to, buy my books on Amazon. The Shatton and Stories Told. Go get them. Go get them.